Hi, hello, good morning. I hope all of you are doing well today. It's like 5:30 in the morning. I'm really debating on going on my walk this morning. I've been for those of you who don't know, I religiously go on a 3-mile walk every single day, just part of my exercise routine to continue to lose my weight because it's super important. I'm going to be talking about my heart today because I have a heart appointment today. I have to go see my cardiologist. But I have supraventricular tachycardia, which I got diagnosed with I don't know, it was like the beginning of last year. And I've been on a mission ever since to try to become healthier and all that for that. But recently, I've had these little bit of issues since I got diagnosed, but recently, I've been having some issues that seem like they've just gotten a little bit worse. I have difficulty breathing, so sometimes I can zip around the house, no problem, because this is like the fittest I've been since before I had Delilah, which was, almost 11 years ago. Sometimes I zip around this house just fine, and I have no issues. And sometimes I can barely make it up our steps to go upstairs because my breathing is so labored, I guess I could say, which is concerning because it shouldn't be like that. You know what I mean? And I also have pain here. I get dizzy from time to time, especially if I go from a sitting position to a standing position or anything like that. I get a little dizzy from time to time, or if I look up too fast type thing, I'll get dizzy. I don't know, just lots of little things. But I recently had my blood work done and I'm like, it's all gonna come back perfect because I've been doing so well. And it did. It all came back great, except my HDL cholesterol. And for those of you that don't know, your HDL cholesterol is your good one. It's the one that's good. It helps prevent heart disease and strokes and stuff. It's supposed to be in a certain range to deter those two things. Mine was extremely low, and that's concerning because I've been doing everything possible, taking vitamins, exercising, eating right. I've been doing it all. And to see that dip down like that is very concerning. So with that, in combination with just the issues that I've been having, my heart has been beating heavily. So earlier when I walked in here, all I did was walk from the kitchen into here, and it was at 117 beats per minute or something. So, that's just what I've been dealing with. And I thought that was just normal because of the supraventricular SVT that I have. I just thought that was normal. But maybe it's not normal, especially with my HDLs being the way that they are. It could be a sign of something potentially worse, potentially. I'm not, could be, but it is scary to me. So I got a hold of my cardiologist on Thursday, and they were able to get me in today. We're off.
Yes.
We're on our way.
It's Monday. It's not Friday.
No.
Like it usually is.
No, but I'm very thankful that you're able to come with me when I need you to come with me, because this has just been a thing. So I made up a list, all right? I wrote everything down because what will happen is technically, this is what usually happens. I get into the doctor's office and I just sit there and I'm like, I don't know.
How's everything?
Great. Yeah, everything's great. No,
it's not so good.
No, everything's not great. So I wrote down, I get numb hands, pain in chest, major fatigue, shortness of breath, dizzy after squatting or sitting too long, and as usual, my racing heartbeat, which is, it's like, you want to turn on the air? So my racing heart is just very casual. All I'm doing is walking from one end of the house to the other. I'm not jogging. I'm not doing anything. And it's between 110 and 120 usually when I do stuff like that. So, and then I have other weird things that's going on. I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but I'm going to bring it up because they say always bring up everything because you never know. If I hold my arms above my head too long while standing, they start to get numb and I start to feel sick. And of course my eyesight, which could just be an old person thing. But I've noticed in the last month or two that, I don't know. I definitely need a new script, which I don't know if has anything to do with any of this or it's just old age. I don't know. But I wrote it down. So, but we're on our way.
That's good. I'm glad that you made the notes because I've been thinking about things too, and I'm like, I hope we remember everything. when we get there, because it is overwhelming being at the doctor.
Very overwhelming.
Because they spit a bunch of information at you, and then they say, "Is there anything you want to talk about?"
It's like
You're like a deer in headlights. So yes, that's a great idea.
But that's why I'm happy you're able to come with me, because
Then we both get to listen to what they're saying.
Because I'll forget, especially if it's something big that I needed to remember. I'll be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I know. I wish we could both go to each other's appointments every time.
I know. I know.
Because it never fails. I go to the doctor and you're like, "What'd they say?" I'm like, "I don't know. Everything's good, I guess." We're here.
We're here. All done. Yeah, I'm not. All done with my doctor's appointment. It went really well. I feel better about everything.
Yeah. They did all kinds of. They did the EKG and checked everything out, blood pressure, all that stuff. Obviously, I have high blood pressure. Yeah. So we need to start tracking that.
We gotta start tracking that. I gotta get a blood pressure cuff, I guess. I just been using my watch, but they don't recommend that.
Yeah. I don't think that does blood pressure. I think it's just...
It just kind of watches stuff, I guess.
Your heart rate, stuff like that.
So they want me to come back in next Monday for an echocardiogram because I've been having shortness of breath and everything like that. And they just want to make sure that, I guess, my heart is just pumping properly, so...
Yeah, the last time you had one done was actually when you were at the hospital.
When I was at the hospital.
Last February.
So that's nice. They'll be able to compare last year's to this. So that's nice. And then after that, she said more than likely it could just be anxiety.
Anxiety? Are you anxious?
No, I'm, me? Only all the time. But it's nice to know that it's nothing major with my heart. And she said not to be overly worried about my HDL being low.
Yeah, that was another thing. They didn't really have anything to base it off of. So
yeah.
It could have been low before.
It could have been even lower before, and I did raise it up.
She said it was not concerning. So I'm going to keep on working on it, and then next time we do the blood work, hopefully it's higher than what it is. So if it continues to raise up, well, it should be good. Yep. All right. I don't even know what's happening. It's Monday. It's a week later, and I'm back having my sonogram thing done, so I'm gonna head in there. Hopefully everything comes back okay, and then I guess we'll just go from there with whatever they have to say. So let's go. Well, that was easy. I'm all done, so now I just have to wait to hear back from the doctor. All she did was just take a little wand and just really go over my heart, like up here and like in my ribs and like down in my stomach, just to check everything and make sure everything looks good to go. So I can't wait to hear back from the doctor because I am curious to see what they have to say. I just got off the phone with my cardiologist. Everything looks fine. Everything looks fine. So I gotta stop panicking that something's wrong with my heart. Everything looks great, okay? That takes a lot off of me knowing that for sure. But now the next step is figuring out what is wrong. Why am I feeling this way? So the cardiologist did mention possibly anxiety, or with the numbing in my hands and everything, it could be something else related to a muscle in my neck or something. So that's all something I'll have to talk to my regular doctor about. I go see him next month, so as long as I know that my heart's okay, I can survive until I see my regular doctor. But that's the thing. It was for years and years that I really put myself on the back burner because I was just so into family mode, taking care of the kids and all that, that I put myself on the back burner. And so now that the kids are getting older and, they're more self-sufficient and all that, I'm taking a step back and thinking about myself again. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's been some years since I even go to the doctor, regular doctor, or just to try to have checkups and everything like that. So I guess having my issue that I did last year, it really, really kind of pushed forward the fact that I'm not getting any younger and that I should probably continue on with my health journey here and making sure that I get fit, making sure that I see the doctor regularly, get my blood work done, make sure everything's okay. Again, just so I can be here for the girls, or we can be here for the girls in the long run.